Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, no matter where in our vast, connected world you happen to be right now. I want you to stop everything you are doing for the next little while and really listen, because what I am about to share with you has the real power to change how you get around each day, how your body feels from the inside out, and ultimately, how you experience every remaining chapter of your life. There is something most doctors rarely say out loud in their exam rooms, even though it is painfully true. The weakness creeping into your legs is not some unavoidable curse that comes with getting older. It is happening mainly because, up until this moment, nobody has clearly explained the exact nutrients your lower body desperately needs to stay strong, stable, and capable. That difference between thinking, this is just aging, and knowing, I can fix this, is everything. One path leads straight to helplessness. The other hands you back control. I am Dr. Julian Throne, and today I am handing you that control. Picture this for a second, and I want you to feel it in your bones. A major study that came out in the respected Journal of the American Geriatric Society looked at adults past age 65 who already had noticeable weakness in their lower bodies. Those men and women faced a shocking 72% higher chance of ending up with serious mobility problems within just 5 years. That same weakness brought more emergency visits for falls, more moves into nursing homes, and yes, a higher risk of leaving this world too soon. Nearly 3 out of every 4 people who could have changed their story simply never did, because they never learned how nutrition, muscle biology, and the aging process actually work together. That statistic should wake you up. It should make your heart beat a little faster when you think about climbing stairs that once felt easy, or standing up from your favorite chair and feeling that hesitation in your thighs, or waking up with legs that feel like they are made of lead. Those small daily struggles are not minor inconveniences. They are early warning sirens that your independence is quietly slipping away unless you act. I'm going to walk you through 6 everyday foods, ranked from very helpful all the way to absolutely life-changing. Each one rebuilds leg strength at the deepest cellular level, restores muscle tissue, and brings back the balance and confidence you may have already started to mourn. I have saved the single most powerful one for the very end, because once you hear what researchers at Harvard Medical School now say about it, your entire view of what belongs on your grocery list and what dietary fat really means will shift forever. It is probably sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now, and for years you may have been told to stay away from it. But before we count down, let me ask you something personal. Drop a comment below right now and tell me your age and exactly how your legs have been feeling lately. Do they seem heavier, less steady, or weaker than they did even a year ago? Does going up steps leave you breathing harder? Have you caught yourself grabbing for the handrail when you used to bound up without thinking? Or maybe you have had one of those scary near-miss moments where your balance suddenly betrayed you. Whatever it is, share it. I read every single comment on this channel, and your story might be the one that convinces someone else to click play and start their own turnaround. It only takes 30 seconds, and it could change another life. All right, let us begin the countdown, moving from number 6 to the one that will truly transform you. We start at 6 with something that still shocks most people I tell about it: eggs. For decades you have heard the warnings: eggs raise cholesterol, they are bad for your heart, better to skip them. That old advice, especially for anyone over 60, has done more harm than almost any other piece of dietary guidance out there. The science now says the opposite, loud and clear. Eggs are one of the most complete sources of leucine on Earth. Leucine is that special amino acid that acts like the ignition key for muscle protein synthesis, the process your body uses to build, repair, and refresh muscle tissue. After 65, most of us develop what scientists call anabolic resistance. Our muscles no longer respond as eagerly to ordinary protein. They need a stronger signal. 2 large whole eggs deliver about 1.08 grams of leucine, and research from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign showed that exact amount is enough to overcome that resistance and kickstart muscle building, even in older adults who have been struggling. But the real magic is not just in the white. The yolk, the golden part so many of us were taught to throw away, is packed with choline for both brain and muscle health, natural vitamin D, and a compound called phosphatidylcholine. That phospholipid keeps the outer membranes of your muscle cells flexible and strong, so they can hold on to nutrients and fire properly when you need to stand, walk, or climb. As the years pass, those membranes get brittle. Keeping the yolk is like buying a high-performance car and refusing to take delivery of the engine. I will never forget Margaret, a 74-year-old woman from Sarasota, Florida, who came to me after her second fall in 6 months. She was terrified of her own staircase and had avoided eggs for 10 straight years on her previous doctor's low-fat orders. We added just 3 whole eggs to her breakfast every morning. 8 weeks later, she walked into my office with tears in her eyes because she had climbed those stairs without once touching the railing, something she had not done in 2 years. It was not luck. It was leucine, choline, and vitamin D working exactly as the research promised. For the best results, have 2 or 3 whole eggs in the morning. Cook them gently with a little healthy fat, maybe a drizzle of the olive oil we will talk about soon, or some avocado, to help your body absorb all the fat-soluble vitamins in the yolk. Avoid high-heat scrambling that damages delicate proteins. Low, slow heat keeps everything intact. Moving along to number 5, wild-caught salmon. If your legs feel heavy for no clear reason, if nighttime cramps wake you up, or if you ache the moment you get out of bed, chronic low-grade inflammation is probably quietly eating away at your muscle tissue while you sleep. In that fight, wild-caught salmon is one of nature's strongest weapons. The key players are the EPA and DHA omega-3 fatty acids. Think of inflammation inside your muscles as a slow-burning forest fire that never quite goes out. Year after year, it scorches fibers, connective tissue, and even the nerve signals that tell your legs what to do. EPA and DHA act like those firefighting planes that drop retardant directly on the flames. They shut down the specific inflammatory messengers, prostaglandins and cytokines, that ramp up after age 60. A study at the University of Aberdeen in Scotland followed 87 adults over 65 for 18 weeks. The group eating amounts of omega-3s equal to about 3 servings of wild salmon each week saw their muscle protein synthesis rate jump 22% higher than the group that did not. And salmon gives your legs something else almost nobody talks about. It is one of the few real food sources of active vitamin D3. After 70, your skin loses its ability to make enough on its own. A single 6-ounce serving of wild sockeye salmon can deliver up to 988 IU of D3, easily covering the 800 IU daily minimum recommended for older adults. Research in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology links vitamin D deficiency, something that hits 77% of people over 65, to serious muscle weakness, poor balance, and sarcopenia, the medical name for age-related muscle wasting. Choose wild-caught every time. Farmed salmon simply does not deliver the same anti-inflammatory punch. Pair it with dark leafy greens, which we will cover next, to get an extra boost from vitamin K2 synergy. Aim for 2 or 3 servings a week and watch how those heavy, crampy legs start to feel lighter and more cooperative. At number 4, we come to spinach and its dark, leafy green cousins, kale, Swiss chard, arugula. If you have ever watched an older person move with surprising grace, rising from a chair without pushing up on the arms, or walking with a steady, confident stride instead of a shuffle, I would bet good money those greens were a regular part of their plate. After age 75, the body loses about 35% of its natural ability to recycle nitric oxide, the molecule that acts like a traffic cop, directing blood flow through the tiny vessels feeding your quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves. When nitric oxide drops, those vessels get congested. Nutrients cannot get in easily, waste cannot get out. Muscles tire faster, recover slower, and slowly shrink. Spinach is loaded with dietary nitrates. Your saliva turns them back into nitric oxide, cleverly bypassing the age-related bottleneck. A study from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden found that the nitrate dose you get from about 200 grams of spinach improved skeletal muscle efficiency in older adults by 19%. The muscles did not necessarily get bigger, but they used oxygen and nutrients far more effectively. Like giving an old engine a better fuel injection system so it runs smoother and lasts longer. Spinach also delivers magnesium, and 68% of Americans over 60 are chronically low in this mineral. Magnesium is needed for more than 300 enzymatic reactions, including the one that lets your muscles relax. Nighttime leg cramps, sudden calf spasms, or feet that curl up on their own are often your body screaming for magnesium. 1 cooked cup of spinach gives you 157 milligrams, nearly 40% of what you need in a day. I remember Robert, a 71-year-old retired postal worker from Cincinnati, who told me his legs felt like they were filled with wet concrete every morning. He had tried magnesium pills for years with little relief. We switched him to 2 cups of sautéed spinach every day, cooked in olive oil and garlic. 6 weeks later, the concrete sensation was gone. He was back walking his old mail route just for the pleasure of it. Always cook your greens with a good fat. It helps your body absorb the fat-soluble goodies inside. Right here, before we move on, if this is already opening your eyes to something you never knew, do me a favor and hit the like button. It tells YouTube to show this video to more seniors who need it. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do it now. Every week I bring you practical, doctor-approved information created specifically for adults who want to stay strong and independent on their own terms. It takes 1 second, and it could be one of the smartest health choices you make today. Now we reach number 3, and we are entering truly elite territory: full-fat Greek yogurt. Most people see yogurt as a light snack for weight control, but when it is the plain, full-fat Greek kind, it becomes one of the most powerful muscle-building tools available to older bodies. A single cup packs 17 to 20 grams of high-quality protein with an outstanding amino acid profile, including plenty of leucine plus isoleucine and valine, the branched-chain amino acids that go straight into muscle tissue with almost no waste. Unlike many plant proteins that need careful pairing to be complete, Greek yogurt protein is highly bioavailable. It heads directly where it is needed. Even more exciting is the gut-muscle axis. Greek yogurt contains live probiotics, lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains that help restore diversity to the microbiome. Research from the University of California, Davis, showed that older adults with a healthy, varied gut microbiome had more lean muscle, stronger legs, and faster recovery after activity. After 65, the gut often becomes less diverse and less efficient at pulling nutrients out of food. Probiotics help restock that internal library so your muscles can actually use what you eat. Eat your Greek yogurt within 30 to 45 minutes after any movement, even a short walk. That is your anabolic window when muscles are most receptive. Stir in a spoonful of ground flaxseed for extra omega-3s, or a touch of raw honey to protect the probiotics. Always choose plain, full fat. The low-fat versions usually add sugars that feed the inflammation we are fighting. We are getting close to the top now, and number 2 is the one I promised would surprise you. Beets. Yes, beets. I know some of you are raising an eyebrow, but the research is rock solid, and sports medicine programs have started using beet-derived compounds in recovery plans for older athletes. Beets carry 3 to 4 times more dietary nitrates per gram than even the best leafy greens. A medium beet holds around 300 milligrams of nitrates. In oxygen-poor working muscle, they convert rapidly into nitric oxide, creating a vasodilatory cascade that floods your legs with oxygen and nutrients aging blood vessels normally cannot supply on their own. A study at Wake Forest University found that older adults who drank beet juice equal to 2 medium beets before moderate exercise increased blood flow to the brain's motor control areas by 38%. That means better leg coordination and fewer falls. Beets are also rich in betaine, which lowers homocysteine levels. High homocysteine affects nearly half of adults over 60 and speeds up muscle loss, damages blood vessels, and harms mitochondria, the power plants inside your muscle cells. When mitochondria falter, your legs run on a weak battery. My patient Elena, a lively 68-year-old from Portland, Oregon, had been told by 3 different doctors that her worsening leg weakness and constant fatigue were just aging. She was using a cane more and more. We added 2 roasted beets to her lunch 4 days a week, plus a short daily walk. 12 weeks later, she walked into my office without the cane, back to gardening with tears of joy. Roast beets at 400 degrees for 45 to 60 minutes to concentrate the nitrates, or blend them raw into a smoothie with a splash of citrus. The vitamin C boosts nitrate conversion. Never boil them long. The nitrates leach into the water. Pair beets with lean protein, and you have created one of the best pre-activity meals for an aging body. And now we arrive at number 1, the food I teased at the very beginning. Researchers at Harvard Medical School consider it one of the most powerful muscle-protective compounds available to people over 60. It is extra virgin olive oil, the very thing so many seniors were told to fear and avoid for decades because of outdated ideas about fat. Extra virgin olive oil contains oleocanthal, a polyphenol that works in the body almost exactly like ibuprofen. It blocks the same COX-1 and COX-2 enzymes that prescription anti-inflammatories target, but without the stomach bleeding, kidney strain, or heart risks that come with long-term drug use. For seniors who are often handed those medications for joint and muscle pain, this is life-changing. A landmark study from the University of Athens followed 840 adults over 65 for 3 years. Those who consumed at least 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil daily had a 37% lower rate of sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass and strength that accelerates after 60. The polyphenols in olive oil also directly stimulate the mTOR pathway inside muscle cells, the master switch for protein synthesis. After 70, we lose about 40% of mTOR sensitivity, but olive oil compounds can help restore some of that responsiveness even without extra exercise. On top of that, hydroxytyrosol, another polyphenol, protects mitochondrial DNA from oxidative damage, slowing the cellular aging that leaves muscles tired and slow to recover. Thomas, an 81-year-old retired Navy commander from Norfolk, Virginia, could barely walk 2 city blocks when he first saw me. He had followed a very low-fat diet for 30 years. We added 4 tablespoons of high-quality extra virgin olive oil daily, 2 over his morning eggs, and 2 drizzled on vegetables at lunch, without changing anything else at first. After 6 weeks, he was walking 4 blocks without stopping. At 12 weeks, he was back on his bicycle. At 6 months, he completed a 2-mile charity walk and sent me a photo from the finish line that still hangs in my office. Use 4 tablespoons every day as your main cooking fat for low to medium heat. Drizzle it generously over eggs, fish, greens, and legumes. Buy it in dark glass bottles from trusted producers with a harvest date on the label. Polyphenols fade with time and light. Fresh, high-quality olive oil is medicine. These 6 foods, eggs, wild-caught salmon, spinach and dark leafy greens, full-fat Greek yogurt, beets, and extra virgin olive oil, do not work as isolated items. They form an integrated system. The healthy fat in olive oil helps you absorb the vitamins in egg yolks and salmon. The nitrates in spinach and beets team up with the omega-3s in salmon and yogurt to fight inflammation and improve blood flow. The probiotics in yogurt make sure you actually use all the protein and minerals from the other foods. When you combine them consistently, the effect on leg strength, inflammation control, mitochondrial health, and overall mobility is far greater than any one food alone could achieve. You were never meant to become a spectator in your own life, watching grandchildren play from the sidelines or turning down family hikes because you are afraid your legs will fail. That kind of decline is not baked into your biology. It is the result of missing information. Information I have just given you. It is never too late. Muscle tissue keeps the remarkable ability to grow and repair well into your 90s. Your body is waiting for the raw materials. Starting with your very next meal, give it what it needs. Whole eggs, wild salmon, generous servings of spinach, Greek yogurt after activity, roasted beets, and those 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. These are ordinary grocery store foods with extraordinary power to hand you back the freedom to move through life on your own terms, with strength, confidence, and joy. All the scientific references I mentioned are listed in the description below. Read them, share them with your doctor, and use them to fight for your health. If you are not already subscribed, join our community today. Every week we deliver evidence-based information designed for seniors who refuse to settle for weakness. This channel grows because people like you share these videos with the ones they love. Now it is your turn. Leave a comment and tell me which of these 6 foods you are going to add first. Share how your legs really feel and what you hope to regain. I read every comment because this channel exists for you. Your name, your story, your future. Until we meet again, eat well, move every day, and never stop believing that your strongest, most vibrant years are still ahead of you.